Gamers, the Golden League has ended after a bajillion months. So I gave you a recap for round 1, round 2, group stage. I'm going to give you a recap for semifinals, finals, what I thought about the tournament, the format, what's happening moving forward, and obviously, you know, discuss the finals. So, first things first is discuss the semifinals. So Viper and Marine Lord played. It's kind of close, but, you know, 4-1 is a 4-1, right? And he managed to beat him and get into the finals. I didn't watch the games too closely. I did watch them. There were some good games. Definitely suggest watching the series if you haven't. And for those that I know are going to be asking, is Viper going to be playing AoE 4 or not? He's back to AoE 2 right now, and he will be playing at AoE at the Red Bull Bololo. He will be playing AoE 4, but his main game will be AoE 2. Okay, so I don't know how. I don't think he'll be participating in AoE 4 weeklies. He might change his mind. I don't fucking know. But yeah, he's back to AoE 2. He will be focusing mainly for AoE 2 at the Red Bull Bololo, but apparently will participate either way in the AoE 4 tournament. I wouldn't expect like too high of a performance from him in AoE 4 though, if he doesn't practice, right? My semifinal went against Puppy Paw, and the games went pretty smooth. They kind of went my way. The first, obviously I'll talk my games a little bit more in detail. The first game was French versus Delhi. It kind of started okay, and then I lost one of the big fights, and I was like, oh god, I just threw the game. But then I started harassing his food line because his initial food ran out, and I started getting, you know, doing more damage, delaying the food line. I started getting value from the knight's healing. I started getting a lot of archers, and I managed to get better and better trades. Eventually he teched up to castle, and I just went like all out and managed to get the win. Lipany, regarding the picks, by the way, against Puppy Paw, they went pretty according to the plan. I didn't know where he's going to use Delhi and what he's going to play on Rabi exactly, but I expected him to play Abbasid on Lipany, which is why I took Rus. I just went for the good old Rus all-in, which I made the guide for, and it worked out great. I managed to deny the food completely, and yeah, it was just a very fast one-sided game. High view game was Mongol versus French. That game started with a tower rush that I didn't execute too well, but I wouldn't necessarily say I was like extremely far behind or anything like that. It just wasn't a comfortable position. Kind of went long. It went to Imperial, but eventually I managed to control the map and like deny gold and, you know, the good stuff. Win. King of the Hill. I went for English, and he played Rus, and he rushed castle just like I tried. But Rus has way better, does a better job at that because they can, you know, trade resources. They can buy food or sell gold or whatever. And he managed to get castle faster. He put down our keep on the middle and towers. I wasn't able to break it, so kind of looked close because of the timer. But you know, I kind of got wrecked there, so I lost it. And then Hilandale, who played an HRE mirror, which I was ahead that game, but he had basically like a bigger siege army and lance shits, and I ran with men-at-arm horsemen, and I just kind of tried to outmaneuver his expensive unit, and every once in a while I'd pick off a siege unit, and eventually I managed to kind of wear him down. Now, that's as far as the semifinals go. So both semifinals, I would say, went not necessarily one-sided, but kind of clear winner. I wouldn't say there were too many like super you know, sometimes it's like a 4-0, but it's like, oh, it could have been like a 2-2. I would say like maybe out of these series could have been like a 4-2, but I think the score is a score. And then Puppy Paw Viper played for the third place, which was pretty funny because game 1 Viper beats him with French versus Abbasid. Game 2 Puppy Paw beats him with French versus Abbasid. Game 3 Viper beats him with Delhi into Rus. And then game 4, Puppy Paw beats him with Delhi versus Rus. And then game 5 was French Pass, which I don't know. I thought it's not a bad matchup for HRE. And I thought Puppy was in a good position, but he kind of messed up pretty badly. Like maybe it was nerves, I don't know. And he just kind of fell apart in a position where he shouldn't have. Like, he lost stables to like 2 spearmen, 2 horsemen or something like that. If he built like 1 tower, he would have been more than fine. So I thought that was a little bit of a throw, but I think Papipo overall like had a great performance, and it's definitely like you know, him and Wham are definitely the 2 new, I say newcomers, right? They've been in the scene for a while, but at the top level, I think they're performing really, really well. So I think they're gonna keep performing, and if they practice, they're gonna obviously keep getting better and better. Now for the finals, amazing. As you can see, I lost 5-1. I don't know how to phrase this because I feel like I'm going to get hated for this either way. I'll just go from the start. We played Dry Arabia. I picked Mongols. I think Abbasid counters Mongols. When I say counters, it doesn't mean it's unwinnable matchup. I just think that Abbasid is good into Mongols. I did a new strategy that I've never seen anyone do. Some gold leaguer is going to be like, I've done that strategy. Good job, but I've never seen anyone do it at a high level. I tower rushed his stone, and I tower rushed both of his stone mines so that he can't go for second TC super fast. And it worked out. Obviously, like, it was still a hard game. Even that was successful and delayed the second TC. It was still a difficult match. But in the end, I managed to win. He ran out of gold. And I got a 1-0 lead, and I felt super good about it. I think winning first match is pretty good tempo. And I think I almost always win the first match. Like, there's probably stats of that somewhere, but I feel like I win 90% of my best of 5s or 7s. I win first match. So I was super happy about that. Second game, I felt like he was under pressure, and he was making a lot of mistakes. And I thought I was playing really well. The game was going really well for me. And I think Delhi is my worst civ by far, because I thought that I got in a really good position and then I just didn't know what to do. Most of my Delhi games in practice and on ladder end in feudal, where I just win the battles and people just leave, or I'm so far ahead. This one, I was ahead, but I wasn't killing his army. And he also went pro scouts, which I saw too late. So there was no food to deny because all the food was under his TC. So I legit didn't know what to do. So we got into castle, and then I wanted to do the castle drop push. I literally never done in my life. I had people do it to me. And I just played it really bad from then on. Like, he knew what to do because he played against it. Which is funny because I know how to play against it better than to actually do it. So I was castle dropping and he defended pretty well. Like, he placed his own castles, he rushed Imperial, like he did everything he needed to do and managed to come back. But I was actually completely fine with that loss because, I mean, I don't know what he thinks about Delhi, but for me, my Delhi is my worst civ. So I was like, okay, I gave him a good match in Delhi versus French. French is his best civ. So I didn't mind that loss at all. And I saw it as a win, right? Because in a best of 9, I would need to like play against all his civs. So for me, looking at it like logically, I lost my worst civ versus his best civ, and it was kind of close game, right? So I was like, I don't think that's that bad for me. Going into like the rest of the series. So then what happened is, I'll just show you because there's no point talking about it. It's easier to just show you. Then what happened, and I just lost the series in this game specifically. I've been a pro player, competitor for 10, 11, 12 years now, and I used to be terrible at dealing with losses. Like, I used to tilt from losses quite hard, and with time, I learned how to deal with it, and I learned how to adapt it. And even when I lose, like now Age of Pirates, I'm like, okay, I lost, but that was his good civ, right? Or I lost, but that wasn't my good civ. So I try to make it a positive thing, and I try to like move on, and I keep playing even though I just lost. I've had games where I was like 3-1 down, and I was like, oh, it's fine. My strong civs are coming. Like, it's not an issue. What happened here is something that I don't really know how to deal with mentally, and I don't know if I should even have to deal with this mentally. But this is what happened. So the game starts. Matchup is French versus China, which on a map that I haven't practiced too much, so I'm not going to say this is a French free win or China free win, but I felt confident that I can execute the rush pretty well and that I'll have a good chance of winning. I went into this like, okay, I don't mind this matchup at all. Let's go, right? So this is what happens. I get the sheep, and then the bug happens where my sheep just goes neutral. Why? I have no fucking idea. This has never happened to me. I've never encountered this bug. Don't know why it happened. A lot of people said, oh, you gotta click the TC, not under TC. It's not a bug, it's just how it works. If you go watch any of my games, I never click on the TC. Never. I always take the sheep and I put it under the TC. So a lot of people said that it's a bug and it happens only when you click under your TC. Again, watch any of my games, any of my streams. I always select the sheep and I click right here. I never click on the TC. So what happens next is I send the sheep back and the sheep goes neutral. Right here. So right now, right, I'm using my scouts to scout, and in my head I have 2 sheep, so I don't need to go back super early, right? If I only had 1 sheep, I would have one of my scouts come back home faster to deliver the sheep. It's because the scout, not the DC. I don't care what it's about. It's a bug, right? Like, that's it. Like, a lot of people said that too. The scout, when it came out, made it neutral. Doesn't matter. It's a bug, right? It's not a feature. It's not like, oh, when you swapping sheep from one scout to another, it goes neutral. That makes no sense. It's a bug, right? Let me make that clear. This is not how the game works. This is not a feature. It is a bug, okay? I want to make that clear because a lot of people were coping. That's just how the game works. Never happened to me before. Show the TC range. TC range doesn't matter. You can run sheep from here to your TC and it won't go neutral. Doesn't matter at all. So, whatever reason, make it like, whatever reason it is. Let's say the second scout popped and made it neutral. That is a bug. That is not how the game works. It is a bug because it makes no sense. It's illogical and it shouldn't work that way, right? You can, yeah, you can say it's because I clicked there or there or there or the scout came here or here. It is a bug, okay? I've played thousands of games. This never happened to me. So, if I knew that I only had 1 sheep, I would have probably sent my scout, like I would have picked this sheep up and I would have sent it, you know, close to my TC so I don't run out of food. So what ends up happening is, in my mind, I have a second sheep. So I went with both scouts to pick up as many sheep as I can. Because this map, you kind of have to go as deep as you can until you see your opponent scout and then run back. Otherwise, you won't be able to, otherwise you might lose out on the food. So anyway, what ended up happening is next. I'm picking up the sheep, and this is where I notice that, I think right here when I turn, I noticed that the sheep is neutral. And I pulled 2 of my 8 villagers, because you're supposed to have 8 on food. I pulled 2 of my villagers on gold to minimize the gathering so that the sheep doesn't run out. The sheep runs out and I don't have any food. So this, like, I don't know, again, whatever I say, people are gonna hate me for this. If you don't think this is a big deal, you have no clue how the game works. Like, you have no clue how the game works. French is supposed to start feudal at 230 to 240. 230 and 240. You look when I started my feudal. So I run out of food. I have to make a mill. Mill or berries have lower gathering rates, right, than sheep. Right now they're not collecting, they're just building. So I get back the sheep. And you can look where I aged up. I should be aging up here, right? Like right now, I should be aging up. So my feudal was delayed 50 seconds. Make it 40. Make it like a usual age up type for French is 240. can do it in 230. But let's say 240, right? To not make it too greedy. My feudal was 40 seconds delayed because of a bug in the grand finals of the tournament in a matchup where one civ is passive, the other civ is aggressive. And my whole point of the build and the civ is to rush. So if there's anyone that's like, oh, that doesn't affect the game, you are just clueless. Like, that's it. Like, you have no idea what's happening. Because a lot of people told me, oh, he's just making excuses. Dude, I've lost thousands of games in tournaments. Like, I've lost thousands of games in tournaments. I've lost to Marine Lord in the Golden League round 3, I think, 4-2. I didn't blame any bugs. I didn't blame anything. I lost. I said, I played worse. He played better. He won. I moved on. Right? If I lost 5-0, like he just fucking wrecked me, you know, I got wrecked. That's it. What made me upset is losing to a bug, right? Okay, let me correct that. I was severely far behind in this game because of this. Does this mean I would have won the game 100%? Obviously not, right? But this 100% lost me the game. If this didn't happen, it doesn't mean I would have won 100%. But this is a huge deal. At a pro level, every second counts. Just imagine, if you're running a knight, if the knight arrives a second sooner, sometimes you can kill a villager. This is 40 fucking seconds. Like, guys, this is insanely long time. My knight was 40 second delayed. Everything that I did was 40 second delayed. I aged up with 4 villagers. I changed back to sheep because it's higher gathering rate. He reaches feudal, right? I reach feudal at 4:59. Knight build time is 30 seconds. Okay? Think about this. Right now, the knight, like right now, it is like 40 seconds later. So, the knight should be not only on the way, the knight should be like here right now. Right? The knight should be here. Look at his base. There's nothing. There's nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. Does this mean I would go in and fucking mow down his villagers and like, GG? No, of course not. But, you go here, you attack the wood line, he pulls the villagers. Oh, sorry, let me show you the, yeah, let me show you this so you can see. So my knight right now should be here. Instead, it's still producing back at home. This is assuming it takes him 30 seconds to get to here, which I'm assuming it takes less. I don't know what the timing of it is. But let's say the knight should be here. So instead of starting harassing now, by the way, I can go around, I can attack the gold, I can charge at the berries. There's multiple options, right? Instead, my knight is still producing because a sheep bugged. So now let's look at when my knight actually arrives. So my knight should have arrived when there were 0 spearmen and no barracks. Instead, my knight arrives when he has 1, 2, 4 spears. I don't know in what world people live in to say that, oh, this wasn't a big deal. But if you generally don't think this is a big deal, you clearly have no fucking clue about this game. Like or any competitive game for that matter. Again, I'm not saying I would have won this game 100%. From this point, like, what am I harassing? He has 4 spears out. That's it, right? from here on out, I couldn't do damage. Like, I legit couldn't kill shit. The game kind of became close at one point, even with this shit. I managed to lose in the end. And what came after that is I was just tilted. Like, straight up. I couldn't play the rest of my series. It affected me mentally very, very much. You can watch the VOD. I was very upset. Told the admins. I got told we'll look into it. Of course, they're not going to regame. I mean, I didn't expect them to regame. What I could have done is I could have left the game on the start because the sheep went neutral. I could have done that. But it crossed my mind, what if they say that's a loss, you left the game, right? Also, I was like, wait, did the sheep go neutral? Did I actually get it or not? So then if I left the game, the sheep didn't go neutral, then I just left the game and I might have gotten a free loss. So yeah, I could have done that, but I didn't know what would have come out of it. Looking back, you know, perspective, hindsight 2020, I should have left and I should have said my sheep bugged and that's it. But I didn't, right? I played it out and I lost. It affected me very, very much mentally. A lot of people gave me like stupid advice, like, and I call it stupid because people who say, oh, you should just ignore that and move on. That's just stupid advice. Because you've never competed in anything if you tell people for this, oh, you should just ignore it and move on. Imagine you're playing a basketball match, right? And you're even. Second quarter comes and the referee's like, hey, 20 points for the other team. 20 points for the other team. And you're like, what? And I'm like, dude, listen, just ignore the 20 points and just play, just keep going. Would you really be, like, you would go on the field, by the way, this is a finals, grand finals, and are you telling me you would go on the field and be like, hey, dude, yeah, got you, dude, 20 points for them. Let's just play, guys, come on, let's play as usual, we're 20 points behind. It doesn't happen. Like, it doesn't happen. And then someone brought up, like, oh, but bugs like this happen to other people in the tournaments. Yeah, and motherfucker, they all lost after that. They all lost. Mista had just an example, Mista had a bug against Lenok at M4C in like second or third game, and he fucking lost the series after that. And I talked to him, and you know why he lost? Because he was too upset because of the bug. You can't play normally. Like, if you've never competed, you will never understand what I'm saying. Like, all you're hearing is excuses. But if you've actually competed in like spitting on distance, at least, or like anything, you would understand when something that's out of your hand happens and fucks you in the grand finals. It's extremely hard to recover from that. I don't know how to recover from that. I'm not disagreeing that I should, you know, be like, fuck it, let's just keep going. I can't do that. Because what you don't understand is I've practiced for months. I've practiced for 8 hours a day. And I lose the game like that, to that. It's infuriating to me. Like, it's absolutely infuriating. And again, if you watch my VOD, I was pissed. Like, I wasn't upset. I was pissed how mad I was. Because I tried to play, by the way. I tried to, like, get into the game. I can't. Because every time something went wrong, I'm like, yeah, the fucking, like, I'm behind in the score because of the fucking shit happened. I can't shake it off. And that's my fault, right? Maybe I should learn how to play against bugs and move on. Someone told me, yeah, but Marine Lord couldn't find sheep in the previous game. Bro, are you comparing him not being able to find sheep in game to a fucking bug? Like, they're not the same thing. Like, they're not the same thing at all. If I don't find sheep, I'll be like, okay, I gotta get food somewhere else. A bug that happened that I didn't see because it's fucking bugged is not something I could have worked off of. That's the difference, right? So from then on out, I played terrible, right? I'm not gonna say like I played so awful Marine Lord got free wins. He didn't get free wins. I played well, but I made a lot of mistakes. I started like making wrong decisions. I wouldn't hear the alarms because I was distracted. Like I legit had a headache because of how upset I was. Mongolian Heights game, I mean, just watch those games. I'll just say, watch game 1 and watch game 4, 5, and 6. If you don't see the difference, then nothing affected me, right? But you can see in those games, it was way different. In the King of the Hill game, it was a disaster. A legit disaster. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I guess something to work on for me for the future is to, when, bugs happen in the grand finals of the tournament, I have to accept that I got a free loss and move on. I don't know how to do that because, I don't know. I know how to shake off like, ooh, I played that super bad. Like I threw that game. Because it's like, okay, throws happen, right? You move on. It's on me. This was not on me. The bug. After that, could have dealt better with it. I could have. Yeah. I've just never experienced that. Never experienced that bug. And if I knew that the bug existed, I would have been more careful about it. But again, I've never encountered it. And what upset me even more is out of all the games, like you guys have to understand, I've played over 1,500 games. Why did it have to happen in the grand finals of the tournament that's been happening for 4 fucking weeks? You know what I mean? Like, could it not happen in the semifinals when I was leading 3-0? Could it not happen in fucking group stage? Could it not happen in a ladder game? Out of all the places it could have happened, why doesn't it happen in 2v2? It had to happen in the grand finals of the tournament. That's what truly just triggers me to the core. So, yeah. I'm probably going to keep, on my Twitch, I'm probably going to keep sub only for a while. I literally, like my mods and I had to ban like 30 people who just called me a whiner making excuses. And like I said, that's your opinion. You're perma-banned and you're never going to be unbanned because there's a lot of people in Age of Empires community that can't wait for you to lose so they can shit on you. You know what I mean? And this happens specifically between top players. This happens to Marine Lord, this happens to Viper, and this happens to me. Because the fan bases are batshit insane at times. And there are people that can't wait for me to be wrong, that can't wait for me to lose. And then they just, like, if I'm down, I just lost the tournament. I get PMs on Discord. I get PMs on Instagram. I get PMs on Twitter that I suck and I deserve to lose. Those people are just insane. And there are people, by the way, that watch my stream every day. They wait for me to lose just to type, haha, get fucked. You deserve to lose and I hope you lose the next one. Those people exist, believe it or not. And then, once I ban those people, they go in EGC TV's channel and they trash talk me the whole time. And I know because I would ban them and literally 2 hours later, I would see them in EGC TV channel saying, oh, Beastyqt said that this guy's trash, which I never did, right? And a lot of people see that and they think it's true. And there's nothing I can do about them in that channel. But those people, you need to get some fucking help. Like, you need to get help. And I guarantee you, you're never going to get unbanned in my channel. And because I don't need trash like that on my stream. By the way, there's nothing wrong with saying, saying Marine Lord played really well. I'm not going to ban anyone for saying Marine Lord played really well. But I just lost the tournament affected by the bug. And there's like 5 morons that are like, Lamau, dude, Marine Lord's just better than you. He deserved to win. Yeah, and you're a fucking moron and you got permabanned, right? It's fine to be a fan of me or Marine Lord, but why is there a need to go out in other people's streams and bring them down when they lose? Like, it's insane. When Viper lost, by the way, there was a lot of go back to AoE 2, get fucked AoE 2. Like, what's wrong with people? I don't get it. And by the way, some people in my channel that are like, oh, why did I get banned? You got banned because you trash talks other players in other streams. Because I don't want trash like that in my stream. Even though you support me, if you go to Marine Lord stream and you trash talk him, I'm going to permaban you in my stream because you're trash. That's what you are. Like, you're watching people online play video games and you're going to people's channels at their lowest to insult them. Like, you're just garbage. I'm sorry. If I had mods in every stream, I would permaban you in all the streams. Because you're just trash for the community, you're a trash human being, and you shouldn't be a part of the community because you're trash. Luckily for you, I've not gotten to the batshit insane state that you are in to ask every streamer to give me mods so I can permaban those people. And I probably got better things to do. But guys, again, if you love my stream, if you love watching my games, please never do that. Not only you look like a moron, you reflect poorly on me and our community, and you're like, the people that you're insulting are like, you realize they're real people, right? Like, I don't know why I need to explain this. Like, it's like talking to 8-year-olds and explaining how human emotions work. Like, it's insane. Don't be like that. And I've said this, Red Bull Wallow is coming. Please don't insult AoE 2. If you don't like it, that's fine. Don't watch it. Or watch it, give it a chance. Don't insult AoE 2 players. Like, there's a difference between memeing, right? Making a joke, and being like, Lamau, this guy left because he fucking sucks. Like, just let them. If they don't want to play AoE 4, let them, right? They can cope. They left for one reason, we can cope, but they left for the other. But Jesus Christ, guys, like, AoE 4 community is small. Like, it's not big. And shit like this will push people out of the scene. It will. If you think it won't, it will. When I was hanging out with Marine Lord in his chat maybe 2 weeks ago, some guy, like, I was chatting, like, Marine Lord was playing a ladder game, and he was like, oh, Beasty, what should I do? And I said, I don't know, I made a joke. I was like, it doesn't matter what you do, you dead kick W, right? I know Marine Lord for 10 fucking years. We're not besties. I know Marine Lord for 10 years. And then some guy just randomly starts trash talking me that I'm a trash player. And Marine Lord permabans him. And like, he's like, what's wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with people? And this whole gatekeeping of RTS games is cringe. A bunch of you are fucking 30, 40, 50-year-olds. What are you doing? StarCraft's the best. AoE 4 is the best. AoE 2. Who gives a fuck, man? Like, who gives a fuck? I don't get it. I literally don't get it. Age of Empires 4 is Age of Empires 4. Stop connecting with AoE 2 or StarCraft 2. I am an Age of Empires 4 player, and Marine Lord is Age of Empires 4 player. Like, how long do I have to play Age of Empires 4 for people to stop referring me as a StarCraft 2 player? I don't mind it personally, but I mind it when it gets brought up, StarCraft 2 is better than X. It's just cringe. That's it. Like, you're not proving a point to anyone. You're just making the community look like trash. That's what you're doing. And if that's your goal, I'm gonna permaban you from my stream, right? I don't have access to other streams. If I could, if I had the power, I would just be like, you know what, permaban these people because they're just trash. Whew. With that being said, if that bug didn't happen, would I have won the series 100%? I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe I would continue to lose 5-1. Maybe I would continue to lose 5-3. Maybe it'd be 5-4. Maybe I'd win 5-1. I don't know, and I'm not going to make predictions. Do I think I would have played way better? Yeah. Yeah, I think I would have. If I lost that game, like I said, I think it was good for me. I don't think it was a free win match. So even if I lost it, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's it, series is over. I had planned for full best of 9. I had Civ plans for full best of 9. In the last, in the Lipany game and the Mongolian Heights game, I didn't follow my plan at all. I just, by game 5, I think, I just wanted it to be over with. I tried to recover on Mongolian Heights, and after that, I just couldn't. I took a 5-minute break, and it affected me too much, and I just wanted to get the series over with. If this was a smaller tournament, I would have just forfeited. Like, if this was like a weekly, I would have just forfeited, and I would have moved on, because that's how much stress and shit it caused me. But obviously, I still tried my best within the limits. I'm not going to say I threw the game, so I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I didn't play my best on purpose. I played my best that I could in that situation, which wasn't my actual best. That's it. Now, if you see that as an excuse, I don't give a fuck. I'm just making this video and talking about this on Twitch so people can stop asking about it, because I don't know a lot of people are going to be interested. Your opinion is your opinion. Like I said previously, we can have a discussion, right? Back and forth of my favorite color is, blue and yours is red. We can have a discussion why. These are my feelings. This is how I felt because of that bug. There's no discussion there. You can't tell me that I'm wrong for feeling that way, or that you would have done this. You wouldn't have done anything because you weren't in the tournament finals, right? So you don't know what you would have done because you've never been in an Age of Empires 4 tournament finals. If you were, right, I would gladly accept opinion of someone that has competed in the tournament finals, had a bug, and ended up winning the tournament. Gladly. But good luck finding that person. And this doesn't mean, by the way, that I'm better than you as a person. This doesn't mean I'm smarter than you. I'm just telling you, these are my feelings. In a perfect world, should I have brushed it off and moved on? Yeah, I agree with you. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I'm an emotional person, and I can't do that. If you get into the tournament finals and you do it, congrats, dude. That's impressive. Legit, I'm not even joking. To me, that's impressive. I can't do that. Maybe in the future I will. Maybe if it happens again, I'll be like, okay, I know how to deal with this now. I don't know. But that's what happened. I tried dealing with it. I couldn't. And the results are in. And he won the tournament. Now, what else did I want to say? I left this for the end so you can see me fully, riled up and upset, so that you can see that I'm genuine about this and I'm not just saying it. I do think that Marine Lord is obviously a great player. I do think he definitely deserved to win this tournament. He probably deserved to win a tournament even before that. I'm personally upset, not that I lost the tournament, but that I lost the tournament knowing I could have played better. Again, if Marine Lord won 5-0 and he fucking wrecked me, hell yeah, brother. You fucking wrecked me. You outplayed me to the core. He still deserves to win the tournament. I don't want or mean to undermine his success. I'm giving you, again, my point of view. I've had a bad record against Marine Lord in the past. I think in best of 5/7, I've beaten him once. He's beaten me 5 times. So he has a better track record against me. So let's say he would have most likely won anyway. I don't care. That's not the point. The point is, I'm disappointed that my loss was not in my control. That's it. But yeah, like everyone knows, Marine Lord is extremely, extremely good. Like everyone, like basically every tournament he's entered, people said he's the favorite, he should win. And I agree, he should have won a tournament, a big tournament a long time ago. He didn't. Whether he had a bad day, he choked, or whatever else, I don't know. But obviously, big congrats to him. He won it, and that's it. Yeah, I'd rather, dude, you know, whenever people say stuff like this, like, oh, you're just complaining because you lost, it's like, bro, I've played competitive RTS for fucking many years. I've never blamed a bug in my life. Right? Like, sometimes I would cope, oh, I was unlucky, and yeah, sometimes being unlucky happens. But having a bug is a little bit different. Yeah, people that don't understand what I'm saying is, you're not necessarily like stupid or terrible person. You're just not a competitive person. And I can explain 1,000 times this to you and you won't get it. You just won't get it. And that's fine. I don't mean to change people's opinion. I just want you to accept what I say for what it is. If you disagree, that's fine, right? Keep it to yourself. Because for me, this isn't a discussion. This is just me talking about a tournament from my point of view. Explaining to someone what it means to be a competitive player. Competitive person, not just an Age of Empires. Competitive person. To someone that's not competitive is like trying to explain video games and how cool they are to your boomer parent that's 80 years old. You just can't. They just don't get it. And I'm sure most of you understand that reference because I'm assuming most of you try to explain games to your girlfriends, boyfriends, or boomer parents, and they're just like, so they're just clicking a mouse. Or what's impressive about, I don't even understand what's happening on the screen. People who don't understand what I'm talking about, this and competitiveness, that's you right now. You're that person. You just don't get it, and that's fine. Just like if you explain to your boomer parents what Age of Empires is or StarCraft 2 is, and they just don't give a fuck and they don't get it, do you argue with them? Do you insult them? Do they insult you? No, they're like, yeah, I'm too old. You know, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm too old. That's it. Nothing else to say. So yeah, congrats to Marine Lord. Like I said, he deserved to win a big tournament for sure. I don't think there's any doubt about that. You know, people have been saying since the reincarnation of Jesus Christ that Marine Lord is the best player in Age of Empires 4. He's lost every tournament, and even when I won M4C, people still said Marine Lord's better. But now, Marine Lord is actually best player, guys. So you were right. It took 8 months. You guys are right. Marine Lord is right now the best player. I always said this. I said this when I won M4C, and people said, you're just saying this because you won a tournament. The best player is the player that wins the tournament. You can cope, right? At the end, like me. Some people will say it's coping. I don't care. You can cope as much as you want about why you lost or why your favorite player lost, but they lost, and that's what matters. And when I won M4C, I was the best player until the next tournament. Marine Lord won now. He's the best player until the next tournament. That's how it works. And you know why that's how that works? Because that's what tournaments are for. No one looks at the ladder or win rate in custom games. That's literally what tournaments are designed for, guys. To figure out who the best player is. He won the tournament. He's the best player. I don't want anyone to go in his chat and tell him he only won because I had a bug or whatever. He won because he deserved it. And that's it. Just please leave it at that. Because I don't want him to go through the same shit that I went through, you know. My achievement at M4C being like, oh, you just won because this or that. Don't do that. He deserved to win. It's his win. It's his moment. He's extremely good. Practices a lot. And that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. He dominated his group stage, dominated the semifinals, dominated the finals, and you can say I'm the second best player right now, for sure, based on results. I think if you want to look at who's the best player of all time, you have to look through, multiple tournaments, like over a year, over 2 years. But if you want to look at who the best player is now, it is Marine Lord. And obviously I'm second, so I'm second best. And that's how it works, right? Even though in a week he might play like shit and maybe I'm the best, I'm not really the best until the next tournament when we crown a new champion and then we know who the best player is once again, because that's how that works. That's what tournaments are for. So, what is the plan for me from here on out? By the way, my goal was top 4. Just for this tournament. My goal was top 4. Once I qualified, I knew that if I beat Viper in the group stage, which I did, what was the score? 4-1. I knew that I'll play Papi Paw, which was, obviously I wanted to play him more rather than Marine Lord. And I thought I had a good chance for the finals. So once I got top 4, I was like, okay, finals is the goal. If I get finals, I get a good payout. I got, how much did I get? I got $21,250. Very happy with that. I'm already qualified for Red Bull Walala. So what is my plan? Oh my god, my fucking throat hurts from talking. What is my plan from here on out? I am stopping competitive AoE 4 and I'm just going to move into streaming and content creation from here on out. Damn it. Now, of course not. Are you fucking crazy? God damn it. I want to win Red Bull. No bugs. No bugs. No bugs. Yeah, I'm obviously going to participate in Red Bull. I'm not feeling too competitive right now, I would say. I don't feel like practicing too much. But I'm sure that's going to wear off in the next couple of days or weeks to kind of clear my mind off of this. Because in a few days, this is going to be like, I got second place, it is what it is, right? But right now, it's still very fresh and it's still very not cool in my head. So, yeah. My plan is I'm going to be playing FFA tournaments every Wednesday, Thursday. And then on the weekends, I'm going to be doing the Road to Walala weeklies. Some of you will be happy to know that, or maybe not happy, but I've been raid leading and guild leading in WoW for 3 years, and we're raiding on Sundays, and I had to, well, stop that for the next 5 months, and I've also not done that for the past 2 months, so my guild is not too happy with me because of that, but I gotta play A4. So yeah, FFA will be a nice palette cleanser, that's right. So yeah, that is my plan. I saw on Reddit that Beastyqt announced another tournament after Red Bull. Is that true? Nothing specific. Is it going to be in 222? I saw it on Reddit that someone posted. He said there's one planned. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean like a full announcement. Yeah. Okay, he says I didn't announce, just said we'll make one happen in 2022. Okay, so we got Red Bull coming, which is a $300,000 tournament, and then EGCTV is hosting Road to Walala with like, I don't know how much money it was, 34K, 40K until then. And Beastyqt also said there's going to be another tournament. Obviously, it's not announced. We don't know when. But yeah, that is the plan. And once again, guys, I'm asking you very kindly, don't be dicks to other players. Like, I'm assuming most of you here watch me for me. I'm sure there's 30 morons in the chat that are like trying to flame me for something, right? But never flame other players. Like, just don't do it. Just please don't do it. And if I do catch you, I will permaban in my stream. And where do we go from there? Right? So, yeah, just be normal. Like, just be happy. We have a game we love. You know, we have tournaments coming. You have a favorite player. This guy's a favorite player. You don't gotta flame him. You know what I mean? You can just cheer for each other's, like, cheer for your player. He cheers for his player. That's fine, right? And again, I'm gonna ask you once again, please, if you disagree with me on what I said about the bug and all the other thing, I don't give a shit. I don't care. And again, I don't care because you're not in my situation. You don't know how I feel. And I don't care what you would do because you've never done it. It's like, imagine if an astronaut goes to fucking Mars and he dies because he did something. And I'm like, I would have done it differently. No, I wouldn't have. I'm not an astronaut. And you're not a pro player. Thank you. YouTube gamers, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. More videos will be coming on YouTube. I've been slacking because of the tournament. I promise more videos will be coming. I promise. Can we get poggers in the chat for YouTube? And YouTube, can we get poggers in the chat for Twitch? Thank you guys for watching on YouTube, Twitch. Let's keep going.